Chaz is excited. I like it. Man, the middle school kids were so much more into it than you guys this morning. I'm embarrassed for you guys. Because the time, no, I'm embarrassed for you guys because they were more into it. They were doing the hand motions. Man, they were excited. Right. So they're less mature. So you guys should be more mature and more, huh? Yeah, words. I don't know. Anyway, hey, welcome to Eastside Youth High School. I'm so glad you guys are here. Welcome to all of our guests. Let's give our guests a warm welcome. What's up? Everybody have a good week this week for the most part? Nobody got plenty of sleep last night? Saw the time change happen. Yikes. So I actually asked Kelsey last night before we went to bed. I was like, if you set your alarm for 1:30, will it go off? Because once it hits 1, it jumps straight to 2. So I was like, I don't know. Will it go off at 1:30? I don't know. Weird questions that I never know. Hey, a couple announcements for you guys. First one, repeat from last week. We got CIY coming up in a couple months. Whoop, whoop. I think we got a slide up there for it. Maybe. There it is. So high school will be at Lee University. That's where it was last year. All my people who went last year, give me a little whoop, whoop. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. It was awesome. So July 21st through the 26th, I do believe that is a Sunday. We leave on that Sunday, is that right? Yep, we'll leave on that Sunday and get back that Friday or Saturday? Friday, get back on that Friday. And then other announcement, Easter service. For us, it's going to be on Good Friday. So it's not going to be Sunday night. It's going to be Friday night, same time, 7 o'clock, correct? I have to double check because I have the memory of a goldfish and it's terrible. So Friday night, Good Friday service is for Easter. Be there or be square. It's going to be awesome. I'm super excited. During this next few minutes, we're going to greet each other. I want you to turn and tell your neighbor what your favorite number is and why. Go. All right, bring it on back. So as most of you know, we are in our new song month. So this is our second week. Whoop, whoop, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So, a pecan? I think it's like a meteor shower. Like we're floating through space. I don't think it's pecan. Somebody said it was chocolate earlier. So with food on the brain. So that song we just did was a new song we introduced last week. This week we get to start a new song called Jehovah by Elevation. It is an absolute stellar song. I'm so excited about it. Danny's so excited about it. He can't even contain himself. But I just wanted to intro this a little bit. Dylan, would you go to the bridge? In this song, we talk about Jehovah, and Jehovah is another word for Yahweh, which is a word for God. And during the bridge here, we go through different names of God, what we call on. So the first one, Jehovah Nisi, is fight your battles. So Jehovah Nisi means warrior. So God, our warrior, is fight our battles. So the next one is Jehovah Jireh, meet your needs. He is the caretaker, the giver, God, our giver. Next one, Jehovah Rapha, heal your body, the ultimate healer, God, our healer. And then the last one is Jehovah Shalom, be your peace. And so I wanted to give you guys those. That way you can kind of understand where that's coming from. So whenever we sing it, you can kind of hear it and know what's going on and understand. Because the first time I heard it, I was like, what on earth does this mean? So I took the time to research it so you didn't have to. So here we go. Let's do it. He reigns Jehovah Nissi, fight your battle. Oh yeah. Jehovah Nissi, fight your battle. Jehovah Jireh, meet your needs. Jehovah Rapha, heal your body. Jehovah Shalom, be your peace. Jehovah Nissi, fight your battle. Jehovah Jireh, meet your needs. Jehovah Rapha, heal your body. Jehovah Shalom, be your peace. Jehovah Nissi, fight your battle. Jehovah Jireh, meet your needs. Jehovah Rapha, heal your body. Jehovah Shalom, be your peace. Call the name, call the name, call the name, Jehovah. All our praise, all our praise, all our praise belongs to Him. Call the name, call the name, call the name, Jehovah. All our praise, all our praise, all our praise belongs to Him. Jehovah Nissi, fight your battle. Jehovah Jireh, meet your needs. Jehovah Rapha, heal your body. Jehovah Shalom, be your peace. Jehovah Nissi, fight your battle. Jehovah Jireh, meet your needs. Jehovah Rapha, heal your body. Jehovah Shalom, be your peace.
Can everybody take a seat for communion? So I'm going to be personal with y'all because I've been struggling a lot for the past couple weeks. A couple weeks ago, the love of my life broke my heart, broke my trust. He told me he would never hurt me in the beginning and he was going to marry me. And then 2 weeks ago, he broke up with me out of nowhere. So, yay. And through all of that, I've been asking myself over and over, why has God abandoned me? Where is He at in all of this? Why would He let me be in such pain? Where is He? Because I can't see Him in this plan. I can't see Him in anything that I'm going through right now. My whole mind is just gone. I'm going crazy. And then I remembered the reason we do communion is because God gave us a sacrifice for us so we could be with Him. And a God that loves you that much would never abandon you. A God that would sacrifice His own Son so you could be with Him would never, ever, ever abandon you. You were never alone. You were never, ever, ever going to go through pain alone because God is always with you. And He proves that over and over and over again, especially with the sacrifice of His Son. So I just want to thank God that He is with me through this emotional wreck that I've been in. And I know that He's good. He's still good. And I know that He has my future. And I can trust in that. So bow your heads with me, please. Father God, I just want to thank You so much for being with each and every one of us every day and for walking with us in our ups and downs when we need You the most. And honestly, sometimes when we are in our highs, when we don't call on You very often because we think we're good. I want to thank You for still being with us through everything. And if there's anybody in here who doubts that, and who forgets that you're with us through everything, I ask that you just fill them with your spirit and with your presence so they can feel you every single day so they know they're not alone. Thank you for your son, Jesus. Thank you for giving that gift to us, for remembering that you love us so much that you would send your son to die for us. It's just a testament to how good you are, Lord. And thank you. In your precious name we pray, amen.
I love you, Lord. Oh, your mercy never fails me. In all my days, I've been held in your hands. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. 'Cause all my life you have been faithful, and all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. I love your voice. You have led me through the fire in the darkest night. You are close like no other. I've known you as a father. I've known you as a friend, and I have lived in the goodness of God. All my life you have been faithful, and all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. Your goodness is running after me. Your goodness is running after me. My life laid down, surrender now. I'll give you everything. Your goodness is running after me. Your goodness is running after me. Your goodness is running after me. My life laid down, surrender now. I'll give you everything. Your goodness is running after me. 'Cause all my life you have been faithful, and all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I'm gonna sing of the goodness of God. I'm gonna sing, I'm gonna sing. 'Cause all my life you have been faithful, and all my life you have been so, so good. Every breath that I am able, Christ is my firm foundation, the rock on which I stand when everything around me is shaking. I've never been more glad I put my faith in Jesus, 'cause he's never let me down. He's faithful through generations. So why would he fail now? He won't. He won't. I've still got joy in chaos. I've got peace that makes no sense. So I won't be going under. I'm not held by my own strength. I build my life on Jesus. He's never let me down. He's faithful in every season. So why would he fail now? He won't. He won't. He won't fail. He won't fail. He won't. He won't. He won't fail. He won't fail. Christ is my firm foundation, the rock on which I stand when everything around me is shaking. I've never been more glad that I put my faith in Jesus, 'cause he's never let me down. He's faithful through generations. So why would he fail now? He won't. He won't. He won't fail. He won't Rain came and wind blew. My house was built on you. I'm safe with you. I'm gonna make it through. Rain came and wind blew. My house was built on you. I'm safe with you. I'm gonna make it through. Come on, sing it out. Rain came, wind blew. My house was built on you. I'm safe with you. I'm gonna make it through. Yeah, I'm gonna make it through. 'Cause I'm standing strong on you. Yeah, I'm everything around me is changing. I've never been more happy. I put my faith in Jesus. He's never let me down. He's faithful through generations. So why would he fail now? He won't. He won't. He won't fail. He won't fail. He won't. He won't. He won't fail. He won't fail. He won't. He won't fail. He won't fail. He won't. He won't. He won't fail. He won't fail. He won't. He won't. He won't fail. He won't fail. No, he won't.
I got a question for you. What is the most sick you have ever been in your life? Think about that for a second. Just like the time that you were the most sick, like sick to your stomach. For some of you, maybe you're thinking of the flu. Maybe you got the flu really bad one time. Or anyone getting really sick from the flu? Okay. Some of you, maybe you're thinking of strep throat. All right. Anyone been really sick from strep before? There was a year where I got strep 5 times. I got strep 5 times in 1 year. I don't think I've had it since then. So I think I just we're good, okay? I'm going to be careful saying this word because sometimes we say this word and people are like, did he just say that? Did he just say that? Anyone got really sick from COVID, okay? That's like the word that you can't say. Do you remember when the word COVID would be thrown around in like 2020, 2021, and people would be like, what just happened? Or is it okay? Like, what is going on? People had that, you coughed. You had a normal cough, like you had a drink. You know when you drink the water and it goes down the wrong pipe? Like, that would happen, and people would like, stay away, all right? That would happen, I'm telling you, okay? So think about that most sick you've ever been. I remember for me, at least the most like sick I thought I was, all right, this kind of hints at the story a little bit, but I was 8 years old. And it was spring break, which is fitting for, it's about to be spring break for us, right? And I was really feeling bad one day. And I had my uncles over, and my uncles are like my age, which is kind of cool. It's kind of weird, but it's really cool, okay? I promise. One's my age, and another's 5 years older than me. And so they were kind of watching me. My older uncle, Nick, he actually watches our service, okay? So shout out to Nick. But he was really, really, like, he didn't believe me. He was calling me a fraud. I'm not going to lie. I was really sick. I was on the couch. I was in pain. But he was like, dude, you are a baby, and I wish you were never born. No, he didn't say that, but it was kind of the intention that he had with his words, all right? And I was feeling terrible. And he thought, Mr. Dr. Nicholas Roman, he thought it just because I hadn't ate. I was just hungry. I had a bad tummy ache because I was hungry. And the only thing we had to eat was mac and cheese. And I hate cheese, all right? And then some of you think I just said that I hate puppies because you're that passionate about cheese. But I just hate cheese. And I was like, man, I'm not eating mac and cheese. I don't care if I'm going to die. I'm not eating that, all right? Well, eventually, I was taken to the ER, and we found out that I was pretty sick. I had an appendicitis. And if you don't know what that is, for some reason, God put this little organ in your body that filters some stuff, and sometimes it gets inflamed and it explodes, and if you explode, you die. So, it was not fun, but, I was fine. Obviously, I survived, right? So what made it interesting, though, about that was that Nick thought I was crazy. Like, he thought, man, you're crazy, bro. Like, you're full of it. All right, you are crazy. And thankfully, I had surgery. I healed up. And now I got 3 scars to show my pain. And it's a testimony of my pain. And if you're a Christian, you'll find out that life is kind of like that. That sooner rather than later, you'll find out that life is a lot like that process where you get something fixed, okay, and you heal up from it, and then you have a scar, okay, evidence that you went through something. That Christian life, in a lot of ways, is like that. In the month of March, we're looking at 4 New Testament messages, stories, of where people were absolutely crazy. Like, they had radical faith, and they were able to show through a crazy level of faith a trust in Jesus. And what's interesting about it is it kind of leads up to the Easter story and this craziness, how if we as Christians, if we can embody that, we'll be all right. That if we're willing to be crazy for Jesus. Last week we talked about the paralyzed man and his best friends, right? We named him Jimmy. The paralyzed man's Jimmy, right? And so we talked about the paralyzed man and the best friends, and how the best friends were willing to do anything in their power for their friend. That they dragged him to the house where Jesus was at, that they helped him get up on the roof, that they cut a hole in the roof, and that they lowered him down to Jesus. And that was crazy. And are we willing to do the same thing for our friends? Are we willing to do crazy things for the gospel? Crazy things so that other people would be at the feet of Jesus. And so we're going to be in the Gospel of Luke again. And we're going to be in Luke chapter 8, verses 40 through 48. And we're going to be looking at another one of these just crazy stories where people had faith. That, man, if we could just have an ounce of the faith of these guys, we'll be all right. So Luke chapter 8, verse 40 through 43. Let's look at this together. Now, when Jesus returned, a crowd welcomed him, for they were all expecting him. Then a man named Jairus, a synagogue leader, came and fell at Jesus' feet, pleading with him to come to his house. Because his only daughter, a girl of about 12, was dying. As Jesus was on his way, the crowds almost crushed him. And a woman who was there who had been subject to bleeding for 12 years, but no one could heal her. So Jesus returns from the Sea of Galilee. All right, and last week we were looking at this elevation of Jesus' ministry. And last week was really focused on how it was at the beginning of Jesus' time preaching the gospel. But now he's taken a step up. All right, now he's starting to be a little bit more well-known. He's starting to be one of the big cats in the area, all right? So he's got a huge crowd waiting for him. They're waiting for him to show up. And then we have, in this story, a different character kind of comes in. The sick woman is how we're going to refer to her tonight. And she has been bleeding for 12 years, all right? Some of you can't even count to 12, all right? 12 years, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. See, I had to prove that I could do it, right? But she's been bleeding for 12 years, and she needs healing. And so she has this faith because she's looking for healing, but she has a faith that is concealed. All right? It's not been exposed yet because she is seeking healing. We don't know how many people that she went to or how many times that she tried to get healing, but we know that it was a huge amount of times. If it was for 12 years that she is constantly finding things, finding people who can heal me from what I'm going through. And I want to pose this kind of thought. Everybody in the world is like the sick woman. Every single person. Whether you're a Christian, you're an atheist, or you don't really know. Everyone is seeking healing. I promise you that. It just might not be from Jesus. Some people try to use money for healing. And if I could get enough stuff, I'll feel all right. Some people use relationships. If I have enough friends, if I have that boyfriend or girlfriend, I will be healed. I'll have fulfillment. Some people use whatever, fill in the blank. Everyone is looking for healing. I guarantee you. Everyone wants something to make them feel good. And what's crazy is some people use the church for healing. That they think, if I go to church enough, if I go to small group enough, if I am a part of 10 different Bible studies and youth groups and stuff, I will get healing. And here's what you got to understand. The only thing that can heal you is Jesus. The only thing. You can go to 1 million church services and not be healed. You could just be going through the motions. You can seek money, relationships, fame, whatever it is, and not be healed because you are desperately needing Jesus and you're trying to use something else to make you feel all right. And this woman was willing to try anything. Which leads us to verse 44. It's up on the screen behind me, where she does something that's just absolutely crazy. It says, she came up behind him and touched the edge of his cloak. And immediately her bleeding stopped. Who touched me? Jesus asked. When they all denied it, Peter said, Master, the people are crowding and pressing against you. But Jesus said, someone touched me. I know because the power has gone out of me. So this woman who has been sick for 12 years, she has this idea, this thought. What if I touch his cloak? What if I touch his garment? What if I just reach out for Jesus? What may happen if I just took a leap of faith and just tried to touch the Messiah? That this faith of, if I can just get there, I will be healed. Guys, we overcomplicate healing all the time. And when I say healing, I just mean deliverance from what is causing us to be separated from God. And we overcomplicate it a lot. A lot of us think, okay, if I can make A, B, and C happen, I'll be good. I'll have a better life. I'll be closer to Jesus. If I can just make A, B, and C happen, I'll be all right. And some of us, we get this plan that if I could just make these things happen, I'll be all right. If I could just read my Bible every day, if I could just get this relationship, if I could just do this or do that. And what we have to understand is the only thing that can heal us is the power of Jesus. And he might use a certain thing. He might use a certain element to make that happen. But it has to come from his power. That if we think we can just make a plan or we can just pull something together and that's what will restore us, we are idolizing a plan. We're not trusting in what Jesus might do, because you don't know what he might use to restore you. You have to be willing to have radical faith and just reach for him like the sick woman. Psalm 50 verse 15 says, "And call on me in the day of trouble, I will deliver you and you will honor me." All you have to do is just call him, reach out to him. Do you trust that plan? Do you trust the idea that a simple ask, a simple reach out to Jesus could be exactly what you need, not what you think you need, or what you think if I just did this or if I just got that, it would be better. So Jesus starts asking the crowd, who touched me? What's going on? Like, what happened? Why, what is going on? And Peter, Peter, he thinks he's the smart guy. And some of you are Peter, okay? Or some of you have a friend that's like Peter. He's like, duh, Jesus. It was because there's people everywhere. That's why you feel like someone's pressing on you, right? Some of you are like that, okay? Who's like that? Who's like Mr. Captain Obvious? No one wants to admit it? All right. Here's the reason Jesus asked the question. We mess this up all the time. Jesus did not ask the question because he was curious who got healed. He didn't ask that question for that reason. He knew who he healed. He knew it. Why he asked the question is because he was seeing how would they respond to his healing. How would he respond to the fact that he has healed them? And some of us, we are being asked to respond to the work that Jesus has done in our life. And he knows what he's done for us. He knows how he's working for us. But he's asking, who is it? So that there would be an opportunity for those who he's healed to make themselves known. It talks about this in verse 47. It mentions this declaration of faith when it says, "Then the woman, seeing that she cannot go unnoticed, that she wasn't going to go unnoticed in the eyes of Jesus, came trembling and fell at his feet," falling at Jesus' feet. "In the presence of all the people, she told why she had touched him and how she had been instantly healed. Then he said to her, 'Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace.'" You see, Jesus didn't ask the question because he was like, who touched me? He asked the question as a prompt so that faith concealed could be faith rewarded by his grace, so that faith could be revealed. And some of us have experienced the healing in our life. Some of us have the grace of God, and we have been gifted by deliverance of what we've gone through in life. And a lot of us have gone through some really hard things that, if we would be honest, Jesus has gotten us out of that. And maybe you didn't realize that at first, but Jesus was the reason that I got on the other side of that. And here's the key: that you would honor him with that. That you just wouldn't say, "Thanks, Jesus," and walk away. That you would use that as a platform for what Jesus has done in our life. And when are we going to be more bold about the platform that he's given us with his healing? That we wouldn't be afraid to say who we once were. That we wouldn't be afraid to admit that we needed to be healed because of our brokenness. And that we would look at those around us as an opportunity for us to show them what Jesus has done in our life. We look at the verse, Psalm 50, verse 15 again. I want you to get this because maybe you missed it the first time. It said, "And call on me in the day of trouble. I will deliver you, and," everyone say "and." I'm gonna figure out who's awake, okay? Everyone on count 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. "And you will honor me." It's not, "I will deliver you and then you'll just say thank you and act like nothing happened. No, you will honor him from the healing. And each of us in here have a testimony, have an example in our life how God has gotten us on the other side of a really hard situation. And it's our job to honor him, to use that testimony as a platform so that others may see his goodness and grace, so that faith would be revealed. For a lot of my young adult life, I've tried to ignore my scars. Think about that for a second. The things in your life it's painful because you were going through something that was really tough. That you were separated from God, from his grace. We all have those scars. I've been really bad at ignoring that. But the other day I had an opportunity to show my scars. About a week ago, I had an old friend come to church with me, and I go to our adult service on Thursday nights. And if you ever want to check out our adult service, you can come and sit with me. There's a group of about 20 or 30 of us that sit together. We'd have a young adults group that meets afterwards. So there's a whole group of us. It's a good time. You could come and hang out with us. And I was sitting over there with my friend, and the story of how he ended up coming to church with me is kind of a crazy one. He does grocery orders, all right? So, like DoorDash, but with groceries, okay? So if you we'll pay somebody to go get your groceries and then take them to your house. And he was Aquila and Abby Box grocery deliverer, okay? If you don't know Aquila, he's our worship pastor here, and he's a great guy. And Abby, Aquila's wife, being the stalker that she is, was like, okay, I'm going to look up who's bringing my groceries to me, all right? And she looked him up on Facebook, and she saw this photo, okay? This was his profile picture. And I don't even really know why this was his profile picture, all right? But, yeah, it's me and him on the right. Go ahead and take it off before somebody takes a picture of it. Thank you, okay? But she saw that picture. And so she, in a group chat with me, Aquila, Bailey, and Abby, she sent it and was like, okay, you know this guy, right? Is he a good guy? Was checking on her groceries. And I was like, yeah, I know that guy. Was one of my best friends from high school. And Aquila ended up waiting for him to get there with the groceries and invited him to church. He texted me that night and said, hey, your guy from church invited me. I'm going to be there on Thursday. Here's what really bothered me about that I wasn't the person that asked him to go to church. One of my best friends in high school, someone that I know is in desperate need of Jesus, it took the grace and power of God by making that situation happen for him to come to church with me. It wasn't from me inviting him. It was from him doing a grocery order. And I think we underestimate the power of our scars. We underestimate the power of the testimony that we have with those who have seen us at our worst. That those that knew us when we weren't following Jesus, or knew us when we were caught up in that sin issue, that knew us when we were broken. And we underestimate the power of showing them, look, I've been healed. Come to church with me. Let me tell you about my Jesus who saved me. And it was a wake-up call that, man, we really need to be better at that as Christians. That we wouldn't let the enemy use the lie that you can't evangelize or you can't talk to those who have seen you before you were healed. Because they know all your secrets. They know. Jesus will use the scars in your life as a testament of his grace. I promise you that. So if you haven't been healed, by the grace of God, reach out to Jesus. He heals. We sang about that tonight. He heals. And if you have been healed by the grace of God, let him use your scars, especially with those who knew you when you were sick. God, we just thank you for the reading of your word, for the testimony of the sick woman who was willing to reach out for you to be healed. I just pray we would have the same passion and desire to seek your healing, to seek your deliverance. And that when that happens, we wouldn't be afraid of what we might look like when we fall at your feet and declare to the world, my Jesus has healed me. Help us to do that, Father. We love you and thank you. It's in your name I pray. Amen.